working on my old Ford 5000 tractor again today. And today we're going to be replacing the tachometer and the instrument cluster. One that's on there right now is the original one. It's pretty old and doesn't work very well. And the tachometer is pretty important for operating any type of implements. You want to know how many RPMs you're running so that the implement works correctly. And so we're going to be replacing that instrument cluster, and I've got some new parts we're going to take a look at that we're going to put on, try to get that tachometer working. Would like to mention I'm not a professional tractor mechanic, just providing this information for entertainment purposes only. So I got all the replacement parts I needed from yesterday's tractor, and they have this really nice replacement instrument cluster here. So that was the most expensive part, just a little over $100 I think. And then got a new Tach cable, and I think that this is part of the issue. This and this Tach drive assembly seems to be that it's kind of worn out inside this, and this cable's a little rounded off here, and so it's just not spinning like it's supposed to. And then got a new seal for the instrument cluster. So this is the old instrument cluster here. I'm gonna start by pulling that off, and main thing here I'm gonna be focusing on is trying to make sure I know which wires go back in which places whenever I get ready to hook the new one up. So make sure and take a lot of good pictures and label anything that I need to, so that don't have any issues with hooking up wires to the wrong places. So the tachometer cable, it runs from the back of the instrument cluster here down back through here, and it comes down right here and connects in here to the alternator. And this is that Tach drive assembly here, and that's what it connects to, and that's where I think we've got an issue there. So I'm switching that out, and hopefully everything works like it should after that. So I'm gonna take off this Tach drive cable and pull out these lights, and they just kind of push in there, and then disconnect all these wires. So it'll take a little bit to do that and make sure I get everything labeled correctly. Got our fuse down in here. There's a inline fuse, in case you're ever wondering if you think you might have blown a fuse. It's down under here on this one. This green wire goes to the fuel sending unit, and then you got a white wire that comes in from the main tractor wiring harness that hooks opposite of that. And then you have below that green wire another wire that runs over to the other side of the instrument cluster. And then beside that, to the right of that, you have this wire that goes down here and hooks in down below. And then you have another green wire over here going into the edge of the instrument cluster. So I ended up having to replace a couple of these bulbs, and this is what they are. They're the 1895. So we're going to take this plastic seal off because I got a new one, so we don't have to reuse this. This one's not terrible shape. Go ahead and pull that off. So now we're gonna try to hook this back up. It's gonna be slightly different because we've got this separate voltage regulator. It's on the other side, and so I've got to hook this up to the other side. Not sure if that's going to cause any issues. This green wire is going to go on this side. Indicator bulb is right there. Now I'm just trying to hook this up like it was hooked up to the other one. I'm not an electrician, so I'm just trying to now this is a little short, but that went in there. I'm not replacing the fuel sending unit because I don't really feel like it's worth it. I can pretty much always know how much gas or diesel I have in here because just by looking in the fuel tank. All right, the next thing to do, I'm going to do here is replace this this cable, and I'm going to I'm just going to run it alongside the old one for now. So sure, just feed this up in here. So this new seal is not really getting the job done here. Kind of wondering if maybe just going with the old seal is what I have to do. The old seal is made to fit in here, so it kind of helps hold that in there. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the old seal. So I got this in, and what I ended up doing is I went with the original gasket here. The aftermarket one I bought, just it didn't fit on there as well. It didn't stay on by itself. So the original one, actually a lot better gasket. So I went with that, and it was a real tight squeeze getting it in there. So just put some oil on there and lubricated it up and got it to slide in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on I got the cable run down here, the new cable. So I just gotta unhook the old one. I'm gonna change this Tach drive assembly right here. And it's just, I think this bolt here and this bolt over here that holds it on. Now first thing I'm gonna do is take this Tach cable off. This is all wallered out in here, and the Tach cable is all rounded off, so that's why it wasn't working. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to recycle these old bolts, and they are not really, they're not the right length. So they have a bunch of extra nuts on them. So that's not ideal, but it should work until I can get some new ones. Now this just goes right down in here, and it's gonna fit right down in there. It should just slide on down. Voila, we should be hooked up now. I'm gonna start it up and check to see if the tachometer is working like it's supposed to be, and then gonna let it warm up, and I'll check the temperature gauge, see if that works. But We'll see what's going to happen here. And it's not working. That's not good. I'm not sure what could be going on here. So when I turned the tractor on, nothing happened with the tachometer. And this is the end that goes down into the tach drive assembly on the tractor, on the alternator, and it broke off here. So I guess it wasn't turning freely like it was supposed to be, and is what I'm assuming, and that broke off. So I'm gonna have to just get a new cable and make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to be, able to turn and everything before I hook it up next time. So lesson learned. I'm gonna order a new part, and so I'll check back in when I get my new part, I guess. All right, we're gonna give it a try. Lights are working. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, got it going. Man, I didn't know it was gonna work. I've tried it several times. I had to make different adjustments, switch out parts. I had I guess a bad cable and a bad tach drive assembly. I had to replace both of those. The new ones that I got originally were bad, so I'd replace them. But it's working now. See if let it warm up, see if the temperature gauge works. But I guess that's all for now. So thanks for joining us, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like these. Thanks for watching, and God bless.